Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 285. Anyway, this week's chapter was actually pretty crazy, as we finally got confirmation that Kaiser and Isagi will team up with each other, which is just crazy, as this was something unthinkable and pure insane at the start of the match. However, we also get to know the true reason behind the Neo-Egoist League, which Noah exposes Ego's secret about. But I don't want to say too much, so you will just have to sit back and watch to find out what happens. Anyway, before jumping into it, please leave a like and a comment, as well as join the Discord server down in the comments. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So for chapter 285, also called The Contract, we get right into a fiery stare battle between Kaiser and Isagi, because Isagi has just asked Kaiser to team up in order to beat Team PXG. However, Kaiser in his mind is in total shock and just pure disbelief as he says a team up with him and none other than his sworn rival, Isagi. Also, I like how Isagi is legit, just staring Kaiser into his soul, like his eyes are dead set on this. After that, we get this insanely cool panel with both looking extremely mighty as they stand up against each other. Kaiser then finally speaks and asks him if he has lost his mind, saying Isagi's name and reminding him that before him isn't just a teammate, but the person he wanted to defeat. Isagi is calm and says that it doesn't matter at all. He says that Kaiser has to get it as well, that at the rate that they are going in, they have no chance of beating a genius. Kaiser looks annoyed at this, but stays quiet for now. They then glance over at Rin, as Isagi tells Kaiser that right now, they can't stop him alone. He tells Kaiser that if they let them score just one more goal, then it's game over and their time as undefeated is gone. Isagi, while looking pretty cool, says that they can't predict when Rin is going to pull off something beyond their imagination again, and in order to stop that genius, their only way would be to combine their high level of logic. Isagi reminds Kaiser about their last play, and says that they barely managed to stop him with defense earlier, which is proof that it works, so now they should just sync up on the offense too. As they are talking, they have steam coming out of their mouths, and then Isagi puts out his hand, and with a fierce tone, says that they are going to prove that hard workers can beat a genius. Kaiser looks more and more annoyed as he asks if this is really the reason for Isagi wanting to team up with Kaiser. Isagi just confidently says yes, and that right now he cares more about something bigger than just working through his own feelings, explaining that he wants to dedicate himself to this plan of proving it to the world alongside the Emperor Kaiser. After that, Isagi makes a total turn and gets a kind of ominous and fierce feeling to himself, and a cube starts to build up his puzzle pieces. Anyway, he says that throwing away their emotions to win, and alongside this feeling of using someone as a tool, is something that Isagi wants to fully immerse into. He says that with pure determination, which makes Kaiser's eyes pop as he looks at him in disbelief and wonders if Isagi has completely lost it and asks if this is pure madness. However, he says no and stops himself as he thinks that this is more like Isagi's true sanity and his true ego. Kaiser then gets a smug face on himself as he lets out a laugh before saying that it's fine. Let's say that the two of them decide to team up. Then who will get to score the final goal? Isagi isn't caught off guard by this question, as he already had an answer prepared for this, as he tells Kaiser that they will keep it fair and says that the most logical outcome for the act of winning. Kaiser is a bit slow in the head and asks Isagi to explain it in other words, which Isagi of course says is nothing more than just luck, which we can use as the final piece of the cube from earlier. Anyway, Isagi tells Kaiser that they will do their best with logic and pass the ball, and whoever has the final ball at that moment will score the goal. We then get an upside panel of Kaiser, which was quite annoying to look at, but he says that it makes sense, but that for it all to work, they would have to put their emotions and personal feelings aside. Isagi says that he is spot on, but that it's a condition that both of them would need to follow. After that, Isagi starts to dissolve, and his pieces start to flow away, as he tells Kaiser that from here on the battlefield, they will abandon their egos and become the best strikers to win. We then see that his puzzle pieces are being replaced, and that he is getting reborn and entering his god mode as he looks right in the eyes and says that it's the only way for them hard workers to surpass a genius. This makes Kaiser just pure stunned as his face goes blank. After that, he imagines himself as a classic anime villain as he takes his hand on his head, covering his eyes while saying that he understands. He says that he still hates Isagi's guts to death. However, for a plan like this, he might consider it. Isagi points to his chest and says that he still wants to crush Kaiser and not to misunderstand him. However, this is a cold, calculated contract to get what they both want. He looks intense as he says that he wants to surpass Rin and destroy Noah, right? Kaiser still has an edgy attitude and just says, yeah, and that their goals align. After they say that, They walk side by side and give each other a super dope high five as they, in sync, say that to surpass a genius, they have formed a devil's contract with one goal in mind. But please, what is this insanity of a panel? It looks so incredibly dope, and I just love it. After that, the commentators get into action as they say that now the final stage of the Neo Egoist League Championship. Even with the coaches participating, the fierce battle is still unevolved, now that both teams will make a substitution with the coaches stepping down, and we see that the Dark Horse Kunigami is going in for Noah, while Gabon goes in for Loki. Sorry for calling Gabon Shiguma in the leak video, by the way. Karasu has a smirk as he tells everyone to just end it already. Hiyori is just in pure shock seeing ISAGI and Kaiser together, and the rat screams that they are going back at it. After that, we have Tokimitsu, who, with an extremely scared tone, asks if they will win it. Zantetsu just tells himself to keep on running, and Nanase looks intense as he says that they got it. Charles has a smirk as he tells them all to do it and that this is the final sprint. Shido looks like a pure maniac, like always, as he says that he will take the spotlight for the finale, and Rin is just quiet, thinking that he will destroy everything in his way. After that, we get over to the Masters, who are both pulling some funny faces as they just got owned by ISAGI in the last chapter. Loki tells Noah that he needs to fix Isagi's attitude and that it's his responsibility as a master, and Noah just refuses. But he says that he doesn't need to fix anything as Isagi isn't wrong. Loki asks him what it's supposed to mean and asks Noah if he is saying that Loki lost. Noah says no, and that the final result is still to come. However, maybe they were forced to open this door, the door to Isagi Yoichi's ego. Loki then kind of owns Noah as he says that instead of using Isagi, Noah was the one who got used. Noah says yeah, and that this Neo-Egoist League wasn't just for making money, as it even involved the ego of the rivals they wanted, saying that Blue Lock was Jinpachi's experimental ground for accelerating the evolution of an egoist at an insane speed. And then we see the legend himself, as he is sitting in his chair watching all of this go down. Looking at Noah, who says that they got played into his gamble perfectly, Ego then does his signature move, as he pushes up his glasses, and kind of mocks him by saying that it took him long enough to notice and calls him a so-called genius. Ego says that what he wanted was a striker with the greatest ego in the world and a burning intense poison to ignite everything. Henri is just looking at him like he's completely lost it, but Ego continues as he says that whether they could handle it or not was a total gamble, but they survived that insane environment, gaining the mindset and skills to endure it, asking them to prove that the seed of this evolution is the unique originality that will change the world. And alongside that, we get another insane panel with Rin restarting the game, and Isagi and Kaiser running side by side with Isagi having his puzzle pieces and Kaiser having his flower things. After that, on the last panel, Ego continues and says that the birth of a new egoist begins. And then we get another insane panel with Isagi's, Kaiser's, and Rin's eyes all burning up with excitement and looking more insane than ever as they want to be the hero of this game. Anyway, the text at the bottom says, Kaiser and Isagi face off against Rin. With unpredictable coordination, they will turn the tide of battle. And the next chapter will be called A New Era, which I guess just means that this is the new era of football with egoists like Isagi and Rin emerging from it. Also, there's no break next week, which makes me so happy as the manga is pure insanity right now. But anyway, let's go over this insane chapter. Firstly, this panel alone just gives off so much aura that it's insane. Both of them look so dope as they are just staring at each other. I really liked how Isagi explained which of them will get the last goal, and I'm kind of unsure who I think will actually score the final goal, as I'm pretty sure that one of them will. Now I would like Isagi to be the winner and hero of the Neo-Egoist League like he was in the U20 match. However, it would be kind of cool for Kaiser to score as well, but who do you guys think will score the last goal of the match? Please let me know. Anyway, this panel, I don't know what happened, but they were going insane. Like the way they just walk and high-five each other, which was something totally unimaginable at the start, and now they aren't buddies, but they have a truce with each other. As I want to quickly talk about Kunigami coming into play, now I feel like he will do something to really turn the tables for this game, but I can't figure out what it will be. I doubt that he is getting a goal, as that would be kinda weird in my opinion, but I just know that he will do something major. Now lastly, I just need to once again say that I love every chapter where we get to see the madman Ego. I just love how he is like a father to all of them, and just sitting and closely analyzing their games and trying his best to make them improve, and I can't even suspect what they will do after the Neo-Egoist League as it's actually coming to a close. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.